What's happening, everyone? The Gilkies here, West Ham Fan TV. Just come back from the London Stadium virtually, where it was West Ham 1, Fulham 0. Not for the lack of trying, James, that's for sure. Listen, 3 points in the bag, they're important, but that was an awful performance, and we was lucky there.
For first and foremost, I'm going to say that that game wasn't good for my blood pressure at all, particularly second half. I think that when Fulham were a lot more open in that game, they definitely had some good chances, mainly to Mitrovic, who they're quite dependent on. And the thing with us is we still, I think, had the chances, but there was no real creativity. There was no real flair. Started off the game all right in the first 6 minutes, having those 3 shots on target. But from that point onwards, I felt that Fulham were closing us down a lot more. We were a bit flat. Second half, we were a bit flat. And the goal's better late than never, but it's the drama after that that was another thing.
Well, what's the word? We struggled today with the physicality in midfield. Oh, yeah. I think they overrun us in midfield. The cracks are starting to show a little bit with the lack of Antonio. Haller not quite being able to play that position. Ogbonna goes down injured. We're struggling to break through. And the thing is, James, it's the same as last season. Is when we play a team that are happy to sit there and set up with 2 banks along the back, we struggle to break them down.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much, I'd agree with that, saying that when you're saying that those cracks are showing, they definitely are, because Ogbonna's potentially injured. We've got a space in our defence that can't be suitably filled. I mean, Diop is there, but we're a bit hit and miss with him. Antonio being injured wasn't ideal, so it was Haller, obviously, his chance to step up. I thought he did all right today for the record, but my thing was the cracks are starting to show in terms of some of our players. These are the games that you've got to get the points from. These are the games that we need to win, and although we got it, we made a right mess of it.
There are some people that would turn around and say, listen, no matter how well you play, sometimes you've got to get through these games, and listen, we give away a penalty right at the end, and if it wasn't for Lookman, I don't know what he was trying to do, really. He's trying to mug us off, really, a little bit, weren't he? So I think he got his comeuppance there. But you know, are the important thing the 3 points, or are you more worried about the performance?
Both, really. I'm not saying I'm sitting on the fence, but my thing is I'm happy with the result because you'll take the win any day, but the performance is a bit of a cause for concern. What I didn't really like is the fact that our midfield, I think, was very stagnant. Rice and Soucek did not have good first half. They weren't putting in the tackles and moving the ball. Bowen was very flat. Fornals struggled a little bit. And it was only when Benrahma and Lanzini came on, we really started to give it a go. They added another dynamic to the team. Benrahma did in particular. I noticed he was getting into the box more. He was doing a lot more technical stuff, provided the assist for the goal. Lanzini as well. He came on. He added a little something. So I think that when we made those subs, they definitely changed the game. But going back to the original point, the midfield was very stagnant today, and it was a bit of a worry.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to pick it up for Sheffield, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. And it's a tough one for me, that, because I'm actually from South Yorkshire originally, but I'm still supporting West Ham in that. Sheffield United is another team that are very similar to Fulham. Actually, Sheffield United are rock bottom of the league. They're struggling. We've got to, like I said earlier, we've got to take points from those teams that are really struggling. That's our golden opportunity. We did it today, difficult circumstances, but Sheffield United, we shouldn't be making much of a meal of that, really. We need to go there and get the job done, be dominant all the time, and learn from some of our frailties in this game and not to repeat it.
Well, this is West Ham, mate, so we're not sure. Thank you very much, James, for coming on. I really appreciate your thoughts.
No, thanks a lot, Nick.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.